Hello traders, this is Day Trader Matt with businesswithtrading.com doing an Emini Trading Room recap for the 20th of May, Tuesday, and today was another fun day in the markets. We had a little gap down here, followed by some downside movement, followed by just a bunch of choppiness, and then right before 12 o'clock the market kind of just fell. So that was actually pretty interesting to see. Excuse me. Okay, today we made 3 trades and we pulled 3.5 points out of the markets. Right when the market opened, we kind of just watched things to see what was going to play out. On this move back up, we did get short, and we were able to ride that down, taking profits right about here. And then we watched it a little more. We did get short up here, which we took profit on down here, and then we just watched it kind of just chop around, seeing where it was going. Market did buy up, we did get long over here, and we were able to basically get out here when the market just started rolling over. It started looking very, very ugly, and we got out, and after a little while from doing that, it just sold off. So that was actually interesting to see, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get in a trade and it starts to look different than what you thought. And that's one of the things that I definitely do go over a lot with coaching students and inside of the trading course, is how to kind of identify when your trade starts to not look as good as it did when you entered. And that is definitely a skill that can easily be acquired. A lot of people talk about stuff like that as being intuition, and oh well, you have a feel for the markets and that's why you do what you do, or not directed towards me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that that's what I see out there in trading forums and stuff like that. Like, some people have been trading for so long, they just have it intuition about the markets. And when you say that, what are you actually saying? Because let's take this to other industries. Let's say a quarterback in football, in American football. A quarterback has an intuitive ability because there are certain receivers that he knows have different abilities than others. So one receiver might be better at cross routes. One receiver might be better at, he might be faster. So, and knowing that, you kind of have an intuitive ability. If people are running certain routes, you might not want to throw to one receiver on a certain route because they're not as good as they are in another route. So you might try to do something else. And you have to think, you have like a split second to think. A quarterback that takes over 3 seconds is more likely to be sacked. The longer you take, the more likely you are to be sacked. And ideally, it should be a couple seconds drop back pass. You don't really need to think. And that's where intuition comes in. Rather than going through the conscious process of thinking, well, should I throw to this receiver or that receiver? I don't know. It's an unconscious process. It happens in your subconscious mind, and there you get the word intuitive ability, because you're such a professional and you know so much about what you're doing. It's just an innate process, and it happens, and you can identify things without actually having to consciously go through that process and think about it. And it definitely shortens that decision-making time. It shortens it from maybe 8 to 10 seconds to only a couple seconds, and that's really what you want in any professional setting. And trading, I definitely think of as a professional setting, because to be a professional trader, you're in the upper echelon, and not that many people actually get there. I'm not trying to say I'm the best trader in the world. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to offer what I know, give a little bit of education. And I am a person that always pushes myself, whatever I do. I'm at the gym, I'm pushing myself. I don't care if I lift more weight than the other person, that I don't care. But as far as against myself, I'm going to lift more than I lifted 2 weeks ago. I'm going to lift more than I lifted a month ago. I'm going to keep growing, keep pushing myself. I'm going to read more books this year than I read last year. That's the type of person I am. I'm competitive. And that's what you really do need to be a good trader. And some competition to be a competitive person can be taught, but some of it has to be an innate ability as well. All the skills of trading can be taught. Intuitive abilities can be taught. But competition has to kind of be there for you. If you're not a competitive person, can you still be a trader? Yes, you can. But is it going to be a more difficult road? I believe so. I think so. But anyway, that's a little bit about what I wanted to talk about. I know I got off tangent, but I wanted to talk about that a little bit because I think that's a big topic that gets a lot of interest, and I haven't really heard it discussed in a manner that actually gyrates with me, that actually makes sense to me. Not to say that it hasn't been, because I don't read and know everything in the world, but I just haven't heard anything like that. So anyway, hopefully that made sense to you. You got something out of what I was talking about. You can always leave comments below the video. With that, thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.